Hey, everybody. I am so super excited about tonight. Listen, you guys are in for an amazing treat. We have a very special guest tonight for Beauty Tuesday. We tried to do this in Facebook Live, ladies, but you know what? It just was not working out. So this is recorded, so you definitely can go back and watch it and get all the juicy tips. So our very special guest is Miss Victoria Denard, my very own sissy. Yay! So I'm super excited. So I am going to tell you guys a little bit about her. She is actually going to be talking about natural hair care. She is the queen of the crown. So here's a little bit of her bio. Victoria helps natural hair girls feed their curls and achieve their hair goals without having to step into a salon every week. Victoria is on a mission to help as many women as she can to turn their hair journey into a real life testimony and not a fairy tale. Victoria, um, oh, I'm sorry. Victoria uses simple techniques that is also a powerful approach to healthy hair that will help you fall in love with your crown again. So I am super excited to hear what she has to say. Those of you who know me, y'all know that I am the queen of hair weaves and ponytails and clip-ins and all these kind of things, right? So I am super excited to hear how Victoria is going to help us all achieve a beautiful crown. We know that the Bible calls the hair of a woman the crown of her glory. So without further ado, I call her Vicky. Y'all, she's my sister. I call her Vicky, but her name is Victoria. So without further ado, we are going to bring up Miss Victoria Denard. So are you ready, Vicky, to come and bless us and teach us how to get long, flowing, beautiful, healthy hair like yours?
I am. I'm super excited. Yay!
Awesome. All right, floor is yours.
Okay. So with me, what started me on my hair journey is I've always had thick hair. But I never really got into hair until I gave birth to my daughter at 19. Because I was like, okay, I have a daughter. I have to learn how to do her hair. So I was like, okay. So it started off rough because I was a new mommy. I didn't, I mean, I had, it was only me. So my best friend who was in cosmetology took care of my hair. I didn't have to do anything. She would always do it for me. But when you become a parent, it's a totally different ballpark. So I had to learn everything on my own pertaining to my daughter. And my mom always had long, beautiful hair, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I want to have hair like my mom," because my mama had this long hair, and I was just like, "Man, why is my hair not like that?" So through trial and error, I actually started getting into the importance of healthcare and the do's and don'ts all through trial and error because I didn't have at the time anybody to really help me go through the process, and especially being a natural girl. Being natural is it's not easy, it's not for the weak. Because you literally are trying things through trial and error. And so that's where I started. Like, I was getting perms. um I would get perms just like every other woman would do every 6 to 8 weeks. But with my scalp, I was being burned to where I was having big scabs in my head. So I broke down to like maybe twice a year getting perms, and that still was not helping. So bring you back. So I've been in the medical field, and I know that your scalp is part of your skin, which is one of the largest things on your body. So I'm like, okay, so if I'm having all these issues with my skin, I'm wondering if it's causing the same effect onto my scalp because I have eczema, which a lot of people tend to have eczema. Well, I didn't think about it being in my hair until I needed to go natural. I noticed that my skin was extremely sensitive. So I was like, okay, maybe it's something going on with my scalp. So let me not do these perms anymore because perms are, I'm not going to say perms are bad. They're not. However, it depends on you, what you're wanting for your hair and your skin. With my skin, it was extremely sensitive, so I had to do away with all of the perms and things like that. So I had to go natural. And if you don't understand what natural is, being natural means that you're not perming your hair anymore. You're gonna go back to your natural curl patterns that you're born with. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this. So I ended up doing the big chop, which meaning that I let my hair grow out as much as I could, and I literally cut all the perm off. When I tell you I had a TWA, which is a tiny weeny afro, I was walking around with an afro on my head. I had no earthly idea what I was doing. All I knew was that, okay, I need to start fresh. I want to go back to the hair texture that God had gave me. So I found a salon. I had a lady named Makisha. She walked me through the whole process of being natural. And I was like, okay, well, being natural comes a price tag, meaning that it is not easy, nor is it cheap, especially if you're going to the actual salons. So I was like, okay, I don't mind going to the hair salons. However, I need to find something that works for me. So through all of this, I ended up learning, okay, I have to figure out not only what products to use, but I also have to figure out a hair regimen for me. So I've done tons and tons and tons of research on how to, get this luxury flowing hair, but without it costing a fortune. So I'm like, okay, I could do this. So I had my daughter at this time, by this time, child era, she's maybe like 5 or 6. I did the whole perm thing with her, and I was like, oh, that was not my best idea, but I didn't know no better. Hey, I mean, you don't know no better, you don't know no better. You don't do better till you know better. So with her, I was able to walk her through that natural process as I'm also going through that natural process. So the so for anybody that's looking to transition or just wanting to have good, now I'm not even going to say good hair, I'm going to say healthy hair. It doesn't matter what your ethnicity is. My tips, I'm just going to give you guys a few tips because as you could tell, I love hair. I love everything pertaining to hair. I'm like I have a knowledge, overwhelming knowledge of hair and how you should take care of it. So I'm just going to give you ladies a few tips on what is going to help you get to your desired length, as I want to say, because everybody may not want to have hair waist length. Some people may just be fine with shoulder length hair. Some people may want it to their bra strap. It doesn't matter. Um, so I'm not gonna lie, it's not gonna be something that is going to happen overnight. Because in our society, we want everything to be microwavable, meaning that if I put this oil in my hair, I want it to be down to my tailbone in the morning. That's not realistic. Just like you have to exercise to get that body you want, you're going to have to put in the work to actually get your hair to be where you want it to be at, meaning that you are going to have to come up with a hair routine, as I like to call it. So the first three things that you need to do is you are going to have to learn how to um, because your scalp is part of your skin, you are going to have to detox your scalp, meaning that our pores on our scalp holds in so much stuff, all the products that we put in. If you're sweating, the sweat, the dirt, the piling from outside. So you're going to want to do a good detox. You're not going to want to do this detox every day, of course. I'd say maybe twice a week detox your scalp. You need to know what shampoo and what type of conditioner is good for your hair. You need to do deep conditionings. You're going to need to get trims on your ends. I recommend maybe every 6 to 8 weeks doing trims. Now, the products, but here's another thing about that is that in order for you to know your what products to that you need to use, you need to know your hair porosity. What that means is that everybody hair has different hair porosity. You either have high porosity, medium porosity, or low porosity. What that means is that with each porosity, you have your own set of things that's good for your hair type. Certain hair porosities, meaning that you can't use heavy oils. Heavy oils tend to weigh down your hair. And a lot of women wonder, why is my hair so heavy? Why does it look so greasy? Well, you have a certain type of hair porosity where you can't use heavy oils. Like with me, I need those heavy oils because I have hair that absorbs water. So I need the heavier oils. But if you have finer hair, like my sister, she has a lot of hair, but it's very fine. So she would have to go to lighter oils, which would be like she could actually do jojoba oil. Is like a oil that any hair can do, or either grapeseed oil would be good for her because it's a light oil. So you have to know these things, and that is very good to actually know. And you can actually even Google some of this stuff. I mean, because that's what I ended up doing. I ended up Googling like what this stuff meant because again, nobody sat down and said, hey, here's what you need to know. The only thing beauticians did was like, yeah, I'm gonna charge you $300 for this. I don't have $300. I'm a single parent. So I need to figure out how I could do this for myself and for my girls, but also keep it within budget because hey, I have other bills to pay. So
Now, I have a question.
yes.
So you've given us so much good information like already. But I know like in our group, I know it's like multicultural. Like there's all different ethnicities in the group.
Mhm.
Can you give us like one of your tips? I'm sure you probably have way more than one, but at least
Yeah.
one really good tip that all of us can do. Because I love that you said that not everybody has a desire to grow their hair like you all the way to their waist. Some people just want healthy hair in a short hairstyle or
Correct.
whatever, right? So is there one tip that you can give us that all, no matter what ethnicity you are, that you can do to have healthier, more manageable hair?
Honestly, I would have to say for anybody, and I know people always want to throw out, honestly, this is just the best thing that I would honestly suggest is how to find your hair porosity. That is
Okay.
going to be the most important thing. That will open up so many doors for you. It'll give you so much knowledge with just that one thing.
Okay.
Because that one thing will help you determine what's healthy for your hair.
Okay.
So
I
I
love that.
can't tell anybody that, hey, this and this is what's good for you because I don't know what your hair porosity is. That
Right.
is the most important thing is finding your
But
hair
is that
porosity.
something that you do in your consultations? Do you help people figure out their hair
Yes,
product? Okay. Okay, cool.
absolutely.
Okay, cool. All right. So, I have another question. Like I had some questions for you, like, that
Okay.
I know like you have all your stuff, but I just want to get to some of the questions that I personally have that I think a lot
Okay.
of people may have as well. Um, do you recommend going to a hairstylist, or do you recommend taking care of your hair at home, or both?
Me personally, I do both. I only go to the hair salon if I have to get my hair trimmed. I'm not good with cutting my own hair. I would prefer to let a professional cut it. Now, I don't go to somebody who gets scissor happy, meaning that they want to just cut, 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 cut. I go to somebody who I know, okay, this is my goal. This is where I want to go to, but I just need a trim. So I recommend for the things that you know that you can't do, that's where you go to your licensed professional at. Go get your hair trimmed by them. That's fine. If you have scalp conditions, like I do have a scalp condition, so I do have to go once a month and get a scrub on my scalp because I have a scalp issue. So I have to do that in order for me to get that healthy scalp. And I go to the dermatologist because guess what? My scalp is a part of my skin.
Yeah.
So I go there to make sure that hey, everything is healthy, and if not, then they point me in the right direction to where hey, your hair may need this particular medicine on it because your eczema is going into your hair, which is what's happening with me. My eczema is literally going into my scalp, so I have to get treated for that.
Okay. Okay. So that's good because I'm a person, I don't know about anybody else, but I'm a person who does not like the hair salon like at all. I cannot stand sitting in a hair salon for long
Yeah.
periods of time. That's the reason that I don't like to go.
Mhm.
So
Oh yeah,
my last
absolutely.
question is,
Mhm.
how do you feel about hair weaves and extensions? Do you feel, because I am the queen of that. I'm
Yes,
just
you are.
so like, do you feel like that's like a healthy option, or um I mean, because I'm going to do it because I like to do it, because I
Mhm.
have to be
Mhm.
quick, fast, and I just don't have time to sit there and always do like healthy hair stuff.
Correct.
So do you recommend hair weaves, extensions, or anything, or do you just say no altogether?
Oh no, absolutely not. Because there's nothing wrong with hair wearing your hair extensions and your wigs. However, it all falls in line with, is it an excessive thing? Because there is a such thing as doing it too much to where you're damaging your edges. And then that's how you see like some celebrities. Take an example for Vivica Fox, Naomi Campbell. These are women that's been wearing weaves and wigs for so long until they have no hairline. So you want to be able to take care. Now, don't get me wrong. I will throw on some braids and I'll put on a wig in a minute if I have to. But you need to let your scalp breathe, and you want to not cause so much, tension on your hairline, because all of that pulling back and forth, that's wear and tear on your hair. That's why a lot of women have breakage with these lace front wigs. There's nothing wrong with a lace front wig as long as you get it properly done and you're not keeping it on your hair on your head for a year, then
Yeah.
yeah, you're fine. I've seen videos where women are literally having to get these things pulled off because they're having them on for 6 and 7 months. Like, how are you washing your hair? Your hair is a living, breathing organ. It needs to breathe. It needs to thrive. How are you doing that with this thing on your scalp for 6 months? Like, that's crazy. So
Yes.
yeah, by all means, do it. Hey, wear your
Yeah.
wigs. I'm not mad at it.
But just in a healthy,
Just in a
healthy
healthy
way.
way.
There's a way
Absolutely.
to do it. Okay, so what I want to do now is open it up for questions. Like if anybody has just like a quick, like not like an in-depth question, because obviously because of the sake of time, but if anybody has any questions that they want to ask, Victoria does have a consultation. She's doing a free consultation for us. So I'm so super excited. So if you have like really long or in-depth questions, I recommend that you go to bit.ly/, Victoria's Crown. Actually, I'll put it down here in the chat. That way, anybody, you guys can like book your free consultation with her. And I think in that consultation, I'm not even going to say because I'm not 100% sure, but I think in the consultation, she just kind of goes over like your hair goals, and then a brief analysis, I think, but don't quote me on that. But bit.ly/ Victoria's Crown is where you go to book your consultation. So does anybody have anything while I am
Oh,
typing
and one
there?
more thing, before, and another important factor, and a lot of people don't tell people this, because they always want to always just this and that. Your nutrition, your diet, what you're eating is very, very, very important, because what you want to grow out of your scalp, and has to do with what you're putting into your body. So you can't be putting all this junk and carbs and all this sugar and expect to have these results. I mean, you can eat a lot of greens. There's a lot of things that you can eat that can help promote hair growth and
Okay.
exercise, drinking water, stuff like that. It's important.
Yes, that is something that I'm glad that you asked that. That was actually on my list to ask. Like, is there like, I know you probably have a long list, but is there like two foods that you can tell us that would help with hair, like, you know, healthy hair?
Yes, actually,
I
eating a
guess.
handful of almonds. Almonds is actually good for hair growth.
Okay.
Like, it actually, because it has the good omega 3s, it has the good fatties in there, which is what you actually want to consume. And green leaves like spinach and kale, those are things that you can eat to actually help to promote healthy hair growth.
Okay. I love that. Like, so a big salad, like with all your leafy greens.
Absolutely.
Okay. And
Yes.
almonds, like, because I
Hmm.
can down like a whole bag of almonds. So,
Now, I'm not saying down the whole bag of almonds.
I know,
I am saying that.
probably not the whole bag, but
Probably not the whole bag.
for me, almost
Absolutely.
like you can't eat just one. So anyway, all right. Does anybody have any questions? I know there'll probably be questions because this will be posted in the group. So there'll be probably more questions on the replay. But I know that one question came through, and I think you just answered it.
Nope.
She put it in the chat. It's so hard for me to see the questions because of my lights are so bright in my office. Um, anyway, do you have any final words for us? Anything that you can share as a parting word for us girls who are wanting to have a more beautiful crown?
Here's one simple thing that you can actually do, and it's really, really cheap, is invest in you a satin pillowcase. Because we tend to sleep on cotton pillowcases, and that actually pulls all of your oil from out of your hair, and it actually causes breakage. And if you notice when you wake up, why you got pieces of hair on your pillow, well, because it absorbed the oil and caused your hair to break out. So you
Wow.
can either get a satin pillowcase or either you can get a bonnet. And actually, hold on, I got one more. um Now, and okay, so I did have a question from Miss Melissa in the group chat. And oh, and I don't know what the heck I just clicked on. I clicked on something.
Basically, my question is with autoimmunes and health issues, is there
Hmm.
something more that you can do to help your hair? Or because, I mean, like I was diagnosed with Hashimoto's, but, and that's, regardless, but is there something that you can do more to avoid the breakage and avoid, um, that oily factor that comes with a lot of thyroid issues?
Now for that, I'm gonna have to do some research on that because I honestly don't know, and I don't want to give you the wrong answer. I can look into that and see what, because I know with medicine that's being taken and things of that nature, I don't want to tell you one thing that could possibly be effective with the medicine because it's all going to seep into your pores or something like that. So I would have to look into that, but I'll definitely get back to you with that because I'm actually intrigued by that question because I honestly don't know. Nobody's ever asked me that before, but I can definitely look into that and give you like your answer by tomorrow and see what I can help you out with.
Thank you.
And you're welcome.
Awesome. All right, ladies. I think that is a wrap. I know that Victoria is super tired. Thank you for hanging on with us. You are a rock. For those of you who don't know, we spent an hour trying to get this streamed live. So for everyone watching the replay, let me tell you, this was done with LOVE love. Because yes, this was such good information for her to get out, and she will be back. We will invite her back on another.
Yes, I have so much more to talk about. This was not even like a fourth of the information that I got in my head.
No, I
Okay,
know, but for
protective
sake of
hairstyles. I
time.
mean, oh my gosh, that's a whole list of. I mean, it's just crazy. Okay.
Oh wait, I didn't even show. So let me show the final clip. I showed her
Oh,
big top, and then I showed like the stage in between, and so I will show where her hair is now. She sent me this.
oh dear.
You can talk to us about these pictures, and this will be our final thing before we go out here. Okay, so
Okay.
this was. Can you see the screen?
Oh dear. That was in. Oh gosh, I want to say 2014 when I chopped off all of my hair. Yeah, that was
Wow,
2014.
that was the big chop.
That was the big chop. That was just like chop, 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 gone, gone, gone. Now, this, believe it or not, was like 7 months later. And I
Okay.
was like, okay, yeah. So this is when I was like, okay, I'm giving this lady all of my money. I gotta start figuring this out on my own because being natural, once again, it's not cheap. It's not cheap at all. So I was like, I'm gonna have to put some elbow grease in this. So this was back in like 2000. So I got it done in 2000 and what 15, I want to say 16. So this is probably like the beginning of 2000. That was 2015. I remember that because I was working at this other job. So that is in 2016. This one right here, the middle one. Now the one that I'm at now is recently. That's in 2021 because I've actually now started making my own hair creams. So instead of, buying other people hair creams, I actually formulated my own hair cream that I know that helps my hair to grow. Because once again, it depends on your hair porosity on what oils is good for you. So that's another thing that I could actually do, help you make those oils for your hair so it can actually go for your hair type. And that's how I'm at the length that I'm at now. And I do get trims. I only go twice a year because I know how my hair grows. So, but that's just me. But that's where I'm at now. I'm trying to get waist length. I do plan on being there by the end of next year. That's my goal.
So, Miss Vicky, do you have to have a big chop? I mean, because my hair is at my waist right now, and I don't want to lose that,
Oh
but
no,
I
no, no,
have a
no.
lot.
Oh yeah,
I have a
oh no,
lot
no,
that
no.
needs to repair.
Oh no, no, you don't have to. Now, what some people do recommend is that you start trimming off little by little. Like if you know that you have a lot of split ends, holding on to split ends is just gonna make it split up even higher and higher and higher. That's why they tell you that you might want to go ahead and get your split ends cut. Now, if your hair is already to your waist and your split ends are really bad to where it'll be shorter than what you desire, I just recommend that you do it like half an inch, something to where you're comfortable with. But every time you go get it done, just have them to clip the same amount. So that way, as your hair is growing and you're sealing up those ends with the different type of like deep conditioning, can actually help with repairing split ends. And but the main thing that's going to actually help with the split ends is just to really get them cut off. But you don't have to do the big chop. That was just me because I was like, hey, I had been growing it out for like a year and a half because I had started with a perm. So that was a big chop for me. But there's some people that wait until their natural hair is like halfway down their back before they do a big chop. It's really what is comfortable for you.
Okay.
Awesome. Hopefully, could y'all see the slides as I was as
Yeah.
I couldn't see anything.
Oh, you couldn't see your own slides. I'm so sorry.
I could not.
Okay.
It's
Sorry.
okay.
All right. Well, I will post all of that information inside the Faith and Beauty group. And I want to thank you all so much for joining us on our very first Faith and Beauty live. Almost live.
Almost live.
Almost live. Yep. So thank you to our very special guest, Miss Victoria Denard, and we cannot wait to hear again. Oh, maybe in November, maybe we'll have you back so that you can share some more of your healthy hair tips.
Yes, and I will have for each hair porosity, I will give you ladies like different types of oils that you could use for your particular hair porosity.
Awesome. Yay. Amazing. All right. Well, thank you so much. Y'all have a blessed and amazing rest of your week. And remember, be beautiful, be confident, and most importantly, be you. Love y'all. Bye.
Love you guys. Bye.